Hello, it's Anna and Jeff from Younghart Books and Toys at 828 Diamond Boulevard across from the Westmont Elementary School. And in keeping with our 2021 New Year and our new YouTube channel, we are going to start featuring some products that we have in our store that you may not be aware of. And the first one that we chose to focus on today is a game called Baby IQ. And Jeff will tell you how the game is played.
Okay, and I have to put on my cheaters here in order to see what I'm doing, but Baby IQ, it's a team game. And it comes with a little, very short instructional thing. It's a very easy game to play, actually. And which you can play anywhere on the regular game with 4 players or more. But there is a section here where if you have 2 to 3 players, you can also play those 2 to 3 players, and I'll explain those rules also. I'm not going to get into a lot of the rules. But basically what happens is you have 2 teams. You have a scorekeeper, and you keep score on the pad, which is right here, every time that your team gets the correct answer. They even give you colored pencils so you can keep track of each one of your teams. IQ, yes, the IQ. The scorekeeper, you start out with 24 cards. They randomly select them from the deck, and the whole deck, there's 2 of them. They look like this. And there's 2 sides to them, and Ann will explain those 2 sides here in a moment. And those 24 cards you then decide whether you want to play, which side of the cards you want to play. There's 2 rounds. And basically, it's real simple. The team that has the most points at the end of those 2 rounds, they write the correct answers, is the winner. And, you know, as you set this up, you could actually decide if there's going to be prizes. You can play as many rounds as you want. You could have something going on in between the rounds, snacks or whatever. It can just be a real nice game to get a whole bunch of your friends together or your family and have a nice evening. The rules for the 2 to 3 players are pretty much the same, except in this case, what they recommend is instead of having 2 rounds, you only have 1 round. And then the winner of that only the single round, then that's the team that wins for that game. So that's pretty much it. And maybe, Ann, now you'd explain how those cards work.
Right. So there's 2 different sides to the card, depending on how knowledgeable you and your team and your other players think you are about pregnancy, conception, and young babies. And the light blue side are the easier questions, and the dark blue side are the harder questions. And these are some samples of questions. Studies show that men share which symptom of their partner's pregnancy? Increased sense of smell, gaining weight, or growth of feet? Your answer, sir?
I would say it's probably not growth of feet. I've checked that out already. Increased sense of smell. I don't know how anybody has a more sensitive smell system than you do. So it's got to be the other one.
Gaining weight is the right answer. Once a baby learns to laugh, how many times per day, on average, do they laugh? And the choices would be 50, 300, or 150. And babies laugh on average 300 times a day, which is very interesting.
Sebastian, he was like 400 times a day, wasn't he? I think he was.
On average, how much sleep does a parent lose in the first 2 years of their child's life?
I know the answer. 2 years.
6 months worth, 1 month worth, or 3 months worth? And the answer is 6 months worth. And they also have little extra information about each answer. And this one says, most parents get less than 4 hours of uninterrupted sleep each night. Older women have a higher chance of giving birth to, this is a terrible answer because I was 40 when I gave birth, twins. And that would have been a tough thing to take care of. And if you have a twin, you have more than twice the chance of having red hair, being left-handed, or having a photographic memory. And that would be being left-handed. And just 1 or 2 of the harder types questions are, in the US, what days of the week are most babies born? Weekends, Thursdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays? That would be a harder question. And the answer is Mondays and Tuesdays. And here's our last harder question. In the Ukraine, what is given to a newborn to bring good luck? An egg, a gold coin, or a feather.
I thought it was a Ferrari.
It's an egg, which seems to me an odd gift to give, but that is it. So this is Baby IQ, and it's sold in our store for $19.99. It could be used for a shower game. You could just change the rules a little bit. It can be used by a circle of friends that are young and ready to start their families. It can be used within a family with all the siblings getting together and them starting to have the family's grandchildren. That would be a good time to have this. And there's some programs in the area that would be good to use this with the parents that are enrolled in their program. So that is our first feature. It's called Baby IQ, and if you enjoyed it, stop in and get your game. Thanks very much.
Thank you.